George Orwell's 1984. You've probably heard of it, right? It's more than just a book or a year. It's this massive warning that's been ringing in our ears for decades. So, what if we peel back all the layers and get right down to its terrifying, bone-chilling core? Let's do it. Let's dive headfirst into this world, a world built on the absolute rubble of truth.
Just picture it for a second. You're walking down the street, but you're never really alone. Every shadow seems to be listening, every screen is watching, every pair of eyes you pass, they all feel like they belong to the state. This isn't just some backdrop for a story. No, this is a constant, suffocating pressure, a world where the single most dangerous thing you could possibly do is just think for yourself.
So our first stop, a little place called Oceania. And let me tell you, this is a world where reality isn't what you see with your own eyes. It's whatever the party tells you you're seeing. It's a world completely, utterly without truth.
And this is where we meet our guy Winston Smith. See, in Oceania, history isn't this solid thing that happened. Nope, it's a tool. It's like clay. The party can mold it into whatever shape it wants. If they decide that 2 + 2 = 5, well then it equals 5. And a story. Because they've figured out the ultimate equation for power. If you control the present, you get to rewrite the past. And when I say control, I mean total control. It's everywhere. You've got these things called telescreens in every single room. They're like TVs you can't turn off, and they're always watching you, always listening. Winston's actual job? He works at the Ministry of Truth, where he literally rewrites old news articles to make sure the past always matches whatever the party is saying today. Even the crowds in the street, they all cheer in perfect sync. Because any little thing that makes you an individual, a private thought, a flicker of the wrong emotion, that's a crime. They call it thought crime.
But you see, all of this, the telescreens, the rewritten history, that's just scratching the surface. That's the physical stuff. The party's real target, its ultimate prize, isn't your body or what you do. No, the real war, the true battlefield, is your own mind.
And this, right here, is the absolute heart of the whole story. You have to get this. The goal isn't just to make you obey, it's to make you completely surrender your entire inner world. The party wants to plant its flag on the very last frontier of human existence, your own consciousness.
Think about it like this. A normal prison is easy to spot, right? It's got walls, chains, guards. But in Oceania, the prison is invisible. It's built inside your head. Instead of chains, there's fear. A fear so deep you become your own jailer. Instead of walls, there's constant surveillance, leaving you absolutely no room to breathe, no space to just be you. And the guards, well, the guards are the very words you use to form a thought.
And that brings us to maybe the most chilling idea in the entire book, newspeak. This isn't just some new slang. It's a whole new language designed by the party for one purpose, to shrink the range of human thought. The idea is to make rebellion literally impossible, because the words for it don't exist anymore. I mean, how can you fight for freedom if you don't even have a word for it? The language itself, that becomes the ultimate cage.
Okay, but even in this perfectly engineered nightmare, a world built to grind the human spirit into dust, something survives. Against all odds, this tiny little flicker of humanity just refuses to go out. And this is where we see how something as simple as love can become the ultimate act of rebellion.
For Winston, it all starts with something so small, so mundane. He buys a diary. I know it sounds simple, but in his world, it's a deeply illegal act. He starts writing down his own thoughts, trying to piece together his own memories of the past. It's this desperate, quiet attempt to just hold on to some small piece of himself. I mean, just look at how basic these acts of rebellion are. To write what you really think, to remember what things were like before the party took over, and maybe the most dangerous of all, to feel something real, an authentic, unscripted emotion. In Oceania, these aren't just personal choices. Oh no, they are declarations of war against the entire state. And then Julia comes into the picture. And their relationship, their secret affair, it's so much more than just passion. It's the ultimate political statement. It's them saying, my loyalty is to this person, right here, not to the party. Together, they create this tiny private world for themselves, a world filled with real feeling. And that very existence is a direct slap in the face to the cold, absolute loyalty that Big Brother demands from everyone. What they have together, it's a fact.
It's a truth that exists completely outside of the party's official story. It's a shared reality between two people that you just can't edit out of a newspaper. For a little while at least, it's their own private, untouchable truth.
But let's be clear, this isn't a story with a happy ending. This is a warning, and a private truth, a reality that the party doesn't control. That is the one thing they cannot and absolutely will not tolerate.
Why? Because a secret means there's a world beyond their control. A private life whispers the dangerous idea that maybe, just maybe, the party isn't the only thing that matters. And for a state that demands total power, that is the one thought that must be extinguished.
So the party hunts, and they are relentless. The thought police, they're not just looking for criminals. They're hunting for heretics. They're hunting for any mind that hasn't completely and utterly surrendered.
And when they find you, it's over. There is no escape. That net that Winston and Julia thought they had slipped through, it was there all along, just waiting for the right moment to pull tight.
It captures, and it wins. Always. See, the party doesn't just want to stop the rebellion. It wants to prove that rebellion was never even a real possibility. It wants to obliterate the very idea of it from existence.
And that leads them to the final stage, Room 101. Now, this isn't just about torture for the sake of punishment. No, it's so much worse. It's about finding your single greatest, most primal fear and using it to systematically take you apart, piece by piece. The goal is to make you betray the one thing you love most in the world, to make you scream, "Do it to them, not me." Because once you've done that, nothing of your old self is left. Love becomes betrayal. Loyalty is erased and rewritten by pure terror.
And that's how it ends. The final, crushing victory for the party. Winston isn't executed. Oh no, that would be too easy. He's converted. They didn't just break his body or his will. They successfully colonized his mind. He's an empty shell, and they filled that emptiness with the only thing left: love for Big Brother.
So, why? Why does this story, written so long ago, still hit so hard today? Why does it feel so familiar? Well, because it was never really about some distant, scary future.
You see, 1984 isn't a prophecy. It's a mirror. Orwell is holding it up to show us the mechanics of how these systems work. He gave us the words, newspeak, thought crime, Big Brother, to understand how truth can be twisted, how language can become a weapon, and how power's only real goal is to get more power.
And that's the big takeaway for us right now. We see it all the time, how information gets filtered and stories get shaped to fit a certain narrative. We know that freedom doesn't usually vanish overnight in some big dramatic moment. It gets chipped away, slowly, piece by piece. And maybe the biggest warning from 1984 is this. The real danger isn't the day they install the cameras. It's the day we stop asking why they're there in the first place. It's the question Orwell left hanging in the air for all of us, and it's one we have to keep asking. How quietly can freedom disappear? Because the moment we stop asking, that's when the silence gets really, really suspicious.